All right, I'm inside the back of the Rolls-Royce, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the sound system in here, and I hope you can hear me okay, because I'm in the car. So basically, I'm not going to show you the part where I took out the seat, but we'll talk about it. All right, for anybody who would be working on your amplifier in your Rolls-Royce Phantom, what you would have done if this seat was in place would be to remove the little front section here that has your cup holder and your heated seats controls and things like that. And there's some instructions that are out there for how to remove these. I didn't remove these little side bolsters, but basically the seat just kind of pulls out. It's kind of held in with some clips, and then it's still plugged in, so I haven't removed it completely. But over here, and of course we're talking about the early model Phantoms. Over here on the left side, which would be on the American car driver side, I assume it's the same on all the cars, you have a DVD drive that's under this seat that controls your navigation. Underneath that, mounted long ways, is a BMW amplifier, the Logic-7 system, just like this one here. And it basically sits in there kind of sideways, just like that, held in with some straps that go in here. Now, common problem with them is the little fan fails in there, and as well as some of the capacitors. There's a couple of places out there that rebuild these. But apparently you can just get one out of a similar BMW, and that's what I did. I searched for the model number of this thing. I found one on eBay for like $200 that was rebuilt. Plugged it in and it worked, even though their ad said that if the numbers didn't match, it wouldn't work. There was one that was listed for a Rolls-Royce, and they wanted like $900 for it. But I found one that was a similar BMW one, and it seems to be working great. Now, if you know anything about your Rolls-Royce, you should know that there are subwoofers under each seat. And then you have like 2 speakers in each door, then you have some up in the dash. I think there's about 15 speakers in this entire system. And it all communicates through a fiber optic system that plugs into the amplifier. So they do make a little loopity-loop thing that is a bypass for your fiber optic system that you can plug into that if you want to install a aftermarket type of amplifier. So there's a lot of other components back here, and somebody's been back here fishing around. I don't know what's going on. I mean, you know, I bought this car, it's 15 years old, it's had multiple owners, and who knows what kind of things have happened and what kind of things have changed. This box, which isn't mounted, is just laying here. This is the MOST system, which is a part of the entertainment system that controls some of the entertainment system. And over there's this like wooden box, and I don't know if that is factory or if someone put in a separate subwoofer and amplifier back here. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to investigate to find out what's going on over here with this thing to see if that's a factory original thing or if someone built that and added it to it. It seems a little odd to me, but I'm trying to find out. All I know is my amplifier was clipping. You turn up the volume, it would clip, it would turn itself off and go kind of silent, and then it would turn itself back on again. So somebody's definitely been fishing around back here. I replaced this amplifier, and this sounds better than ever, and my subwoofers apparently weren't working before because they're working now, and the thing sounds great. So I'm trying to, like for instance, right here, look at this. That's a little piece of solder. Little piece of solder laying there. So somebody's been back here fishing around. Somebody's been back here wiring things. I don't know what's been done. I don't know what's been changed. I don't know what's been going on, and I'm trying to investigate. And it's hard to know what kind of things have been done to your car before you've owned it. But there are big cavities back here that you can store things. So if you were going to smuggle cocaine, under here is where you would put it, because there's a big cavity under there. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of show people what it looks like when you pull this seat out and what's going on back here. You've got amplifiers, DVD players, drink holders, remote system, and I forget what it's, entertainment controls. And then there's this thing under here. You've got wires that run to both of the seats for the heated seats. Also, there's some controls here for the seat belts, airbags, all kinds of things. So we're working on this. This thing is built like a tank. I'm telling you, the welded aluminum construction under here, it's really impressive. You've never seen a car built like this, I assure you. It is well built and well insulated. Unbelievable. Great job they did. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the trim that's back here. And I know this video is kind of dark. And let me grab a flashlight real quick. So all these little trim pieces, each one of these is about $200 to $300. Now this one's broken. We're going to have to do something about it. These two here on the fronts, they're both the same piece. They're considered middles. And then you have a left and a right of these sides. And it's a lot like, let me open the other side. You know, I've had problems with this one. Just about every Phantom that I've seen, these are wobbly and they're loose and they're broke. That's my phone cord. Yeah. But anyway, you know, and they're worn. And when you buy the replacement, it's just the plastic. It's ABS plastic. And then you have to have it wrapped in the leather of your choice, so it's sold as neutral. But, you know, you have a left and a right. And these are basic, you know, basically, from what I could tell, these front seats are both the same either side. They're both the same chair. But these things get broken and worn out real easy. And it's almost impossible to remove them without breaking them. There's a screw, as you can see, underneath here. That goes from underneath at an angle, and then the rest of it snaps in, and then the snaps are always broken off. I could show you this one. So, you know, this thing here is, it's, you know, all the little clips are just completely broken off. There's really not a way to fix it. You know, you could probably make a clip and glue it in place, and maybe we'll try that. But anyway, this is the interior put back together. The hard part is getting the seatbelt receivers poked back through. There's actually some other receivers that connect for putting a baby seat in. I didn't bother with those. I'm not ever going to have a baby seat in here. This center section here, let's see here. So this has got 3 screws along the top and then a couple snaps on the bottom. The snaps on the bottom are going to be broken. The screws on top you're going to have to deal with. And, you know, the thing is I don't want to dog on the Rolls-Royce design and the build, but basically the thing about it is that they're using a lot of ABS plastic wrapped in leather and then snapped into place so that they have a clean look without any fasteners. The downside to this is all this plastic's going to break real easy. So what might have to be done is, you know, if you're in a situation like mine where you've got a high mileage Rolls-Royce and you're refurbishing it and you're going to have the leather restored, you know, there's people out there that'll come out and they'll restore this leather. They'll like basically sand it down and re-dye it and it'll look like brand new, okay? So I'm not really worried about some of these scratches here because that stuff could be dealt with really easily. But as far as fixing these, I may look into a solution of, you know, if I thought there was enough demand, I would recreate these or something out of fiberglass. But what I might have to do, and this is from an upholstery idea. See, the problem is you've just got some metal ribbing here, and it would look really lame to fucking run a zip tie through there and hold it on, and that would suck. And that might be what has to happen. So, you know, what might have to happen is just because the metal ribbing there, you just poke a hole through it and you run a zip tie or some sort of other fastener, like a hog ring type situation. Wouldn't want to do that. Another idea would be to somehow maybe put some sort of a plate behind there that you can affix to, and then use a finishing screw to screw in. It looks like, well, see, there's just this rib here. So we're going to look into that, and we'll follow up with that in the future. Some ideas. And anyway, just sharing with you what it's like to tear apart the back seat of this old Phantom and work on it. Thanks.
Subscribe to Videobob because I know where you live, bitch.